Kathy, what is the commitment for you? Let's talk about the commitment. And you've been doing this for how many years?
Well, 4-H since she was 5, so 9 years.
Wow.
And but the dairy goats for 5?
Yeah, 4 or 5.
4 or 5.
And what is the commitment for you?
Well, it's very big because if she goes any place to spend the night or anything, especially if she's gone for a few days to camp or something, then guess who milks? So yeah, I mean they're a lot more work than horses. You know, you can't just pay somebody to just come over and feed them. And especially in, you know, milking season, which is a good part of the year.
Right.
Or kidding season, you have to, you know, be there. I mean, there have been quite a few times where I've canceled stuff because we had a goat kidding out, and it's kind of a joke with my friends that, you know, oh, what, you have a goat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is our life. Well, yeah. It's a commitment.
They are a huge commitment.
What do you see that it's done for Emily Ann as a mother? What
Well, I think that, I mean, I firmly believe that they need to be involved in something, you know, especially in high school, and so she's very involved in that, and it gets her out showing, you know, competing against other kids and learning how to compete and how to be, you know, a good sport and how to help out other people, and she's really good at that. People that she's competing against, helping them with what they need to do, and so I think that's a huge character builder, and leadership, because she's, you know, teaching other kids, and we're still working on responsibility.
I don't know. This looks like a lot of responsibility to me, Emily Ann.
Yeah. It's, you know.
Well, I'm very impressed because I've known you for a really long time, Emily Ann, since you were 6 years old, 5, 6.
That's a long time.
And actually, I have to tell you, I am so impressed with your communication skills right now, honestly.
Thank you.
To speak publicly and to share with such confidence about something. You have just taught me something, and you're very articulate, and you communicate very well.
Thank you.
And that's a huge plus in life, to be able to give public demonstrations and speeches.
4-H has helped me a lot with that because they require to do presentations at like county level, area level, and even state level, which I haven't gotten there yet. My friend and I are planning on doing one for our horse project this next year at at state level, and hope to go to nationals. But it's helped me a lot with the communications. It gets me out there to talk to the public. Especially when you go to like fair and everything, like the Southern California fair is coming up, and usually like what we'll do is be around the animals, and just random people will come up, like the public, and ask questions. So I'm just really comfortable with talking about something I love, you know, and I just love to talk and everything. So
Well, and there's so many different directions that they can go in. You know, for me, you know, my passion is horses.
Right.
And she loves horses, and she's a good rider. But she's much more passionate about the goats. And, you know, that's okay. But, you know, she has pigs. I mean, there are a lot of different areas, and it's been neat because she's learned so much about genetics and about bloodlines, and she'll, you know, tell me, oh, that's by so-and-so, and I'm like, who? Some goat ranch up in, you know, Oregon, or, I mean, just stuff like that, you know, you have to have an interest in, but it just, you know, she's really studied that. I mean, she's really passionate about their bloodlines and stuff, and so, you know.
And she's, you know, I think that's really important because you have, you know, you've ignited the fire in her to know how to, you know, take care of animals, to be a part of it, but she's taken that now to a whole new level. And as a parent, how could you be not more proud?
Right.
That's what it's all about. I mean, as far as me observing you guys, that you have given her a start, and she's taken it and actually done something with it.
Yeah, and as I said earlier, they've given me like a lot of chances. They've given me so much support in this. They've helped me financially. They've taught me how to manage my money and everything, and they've just helped me out so much with all my animals and supporting me through this. So.
Yeah, and like that Joe, I mean, she's bought the goats herself.
Wow.
And she was very expensive.
What does it go like that? What are we talking about with something like that? Come on now.
I bought her for $850.
Wow.
And that was with the discount and all.
Wow.
But she actually, just this year, she's a Finnish champion, meaning she won 3 championships. So that's a really big honor to be able to win 3 championships with a doe. And now I don't have to show her anymore, and now she's a proven champion. And that probably can boost her price up, or well, not price, I shouldn't say price. Boost up her
her value?
The value of her kids.
And
right.
of her kids.
You know.
Right.
So it'll help me financially. So
well, that's an investment.
Connections with, you know, big breeders and stuff, and so you know, even though like the bloodlines are good, you still have to have a name, you know, and so she's starting to learn how to do that and get known by the breeders, and you know, so that's ultimately she, you know, is into the breeding, so she wants to get a good price for her kids. And
so you're basically building a name for your business. This is a business. You know, this is a little entrepreneuring business that you have going on out here in your backyard. You know, the backyard stories.
Yes.
Educational, inspirational, entertaining. 60 minutes a month, only $24.99 a year.
Right.
You know. So, I'm going to get a little plug in there.
Yeah.
No, you know, but you're building, so what is your name of your business?
Peppy Kids Goat Farm.
Peppy Kids Goat Farm.
Yes. That was a name my mom and I just came up with one day, so.
I love it. I love it. And what is the name of the breed line? Is that something that you advertise? Like what would you?
Nubians.
Nubians. But what about the name of the line?
Like
she has Lakeshore
and Castamers. Some of the biggest, actually Castamer and Lakeshore are the probably biggest Nubian breeders out in probably the world right now, because the dairy goat is mainly, you know, the biggest breeders are all in the United States, and these people have shipped to other countries, and they're known everywhere. So those are probably some of the biggest breeders out here. So it does help to have some really good lines in your herd as well, but it also depends on how you choose them, because I mean they could be, you know, a goat out there that, you know, has that name but may not be as nice as you would like it to be. So it's just selection.
Well,
right.
And in their registration papers, in their names, they're like Lakeshore. That's the name of the ranch. You know, and like say with, you know, a Hollywood Dunnet colt or something, you're going to have something Dunnet or well, in the goats you have Lakeshore's so-and-so.
Right.
Yeah.
It's Lakeshore's Tahitian Beauty. So people would know that goat came from Lakeshore and know the line by that.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I'm asking. Now, what about you're building a name for yourself at some point? Would that be like these are the Peppy Kids?
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to develop.
I have 2 kids right now this year that I kept from this year that I really liked that have my herd name as well, which is here, right up here is Peppy Kids Kalea.
Where you left off.
And then over here, the all red doe, she's hiding in the middle here. We have Peppy Kids Katniss, because this year we had the Hunger Games kids, or batch. My doe up there, all red doe, Jubilee, she had the day right after the Hunger Games movie came out, she had 2 boys and a girl. So
how cool!
Katniss and Peta. So
yeah, I like that. I really like that.
The boys we had to sell, but because usually you only keep, if you have any boys sold, you usually weather them if they're not to the best of the quality. And actually, this buck right back here I bought from my mentor, which is Warcry, Oscar Herndon. And he's a really nice buck.
I was smelling him. I was going to say, do you guys have a buck? And I went, I smell a buck.
He is very stinky right now. I can actually bring him over here if you want to see the full view. But
yeah. And he's got that.
And they're very aggressive, even though he was a bottle baby.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's in season,
wow.
so they tend to be a little more aggressive. And he is only a year old, and he's huge for a year old.
Wow.
For only being a year.
It's called being in rut, and he actually knocked her down recently when she went in there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And it was because he was just playing around, but I mean, they can be dangerous. But you have to take into account with any animal you do. Horses, goats, and even a pig they are dangerous to work with, so you do have to take
they just don't have the understanding. Like, you know, you can have a stud that has been handled really well, and goats don't seem not to have that understanding of, like I said, he was a bottle baby.
Right.
And he was handled very well for the first year, and he was not encouraged to butt or,
Right.
Yeah. Also depends on how you treat him and how you teach him, when a lot of people I see, when they have goats, they'll play with them, they'll encourage them to butt heads, they'll encourage them to jump up on them, which I need to teach those guys in there not to jump up, because when they get bigger it won't be as much fun. But and that the big thing, especially with the bucks, you don't want to encourage them to butt, you don't want to encourage them to fight or play around, because they'll be more aggressive or prone to do that, or out of play when they're older.
Because even with that, they still do that. Even
Yes.
with not letting them butt you and climb on you, they still,
Well, it seems like it's their natural instinct.
Yes.
So you're working against instinct.
Exactly.
Especially when they have hormones starting to develop.
Championship away from being a finished champion, so.
Okay, now you actually show him then?
Yes.
So when you get him out there, you get him to listen to you and stuff, or is it scary? It seems scary to me. I would seem scared by him.
We saw a lady get completely drug around the arena this summer with a buck who was quite a bit bigger than him.
Yes.
Wow.
One thing with the bucks is their beard. Even though their beard might be sticky, because they pee on their beard.
Right. See that?
You saw earlier, they pee on themselves and drink their own pee and
Mm-hmm.
all that. We clean the beard and everything before we show, but their beards, you can handle them a lot better if you have their beard. It gets kind of like a sensitive spot to them. If you hold it, they'll be more prone to behave, but still they can be a little more dangerous. Like sometimes you might have to use a little bit of, what do you call it, spike collar?
Yeah, pinch collar.
Or pinch collar sometimes with the bucks, because they have a lot, as you can tell, they have a lot of muscling down here.
Right.
So it makes them behave more, but it's also for safety reasons. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't jerk on him or anything, but I just have to hold him by the beard and you make him walk, and he'll walk along and everything. But when there's other bucks there as well, because there can be between 5 to 20 other bucks at that show, and all that smell with the buck smell and the hormones going around, they tend to get a little more oh, look at me, I'm handsome.
Yeah,
Look at
yeah.
me. So
they're also not in rut when you show them. You show them usually in the spring and the early summer, and he's just now, like the last month, gotten in rut, and that's where he has all that perfume.
Okay, so when he's in rut, then he's telling everyone it's time to breed?
yes.
From like,
It's his cologne. It's
Yes,
his man cologne.
exactly.
It's his spice cologne, let's say that.
when you take him to a show, like he went to his last show in June, because there are other bucks there, that can make them start coming into rut.
Okay.
So typically, if he didn't go to a show, he'd start coming into rut at the beginning of August approximately until the end of December.
Okay.
And then they're just not interested.
A lot to take in. This is quite an enterprise. This is
Yes.
quite an enterprise, Emily Ann.
Entrepreneurship. I
I'm very impressed. I am an entrepreneur from way back, and you wouldn't know it. And I just recognize entrepreneurs. It's a very special talent, I believe, and I
I
believe
don't have it.
It takes
not everybody has it. And I'm watching Emily Ann. She's got it.
My mentors have helped me, or my mentors, they've helped me a lot with getting my connections out. They've helped me a lot with getting my first goats, and they've helped me shown. They've helped me, so many times. So it's really helpful to have, other people in your connections. That's a big thing, especially when you're just starting out. To have connections really is worth it.
Yeah. So you've networked. You've done research. Now, do you have a website?
Yes, I do. It's www.peppykidsgoatfarm.weebly.com. I don't have an official website yet. We're just getting into that right now, but that's what my starter website is right now.
Okay. Awesome.